Hello everybody. So as we know, yesterday was the 2025 Met Gala and I wasn't there. I watched the entire live stream last night. I saw so many people eat up this theme. Some good looks and there was some that I think needed some work, but not to worry, this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. I had to cut this list down. So sit back, relax, grab your waters. I have my water right here. It's supposed to be tea, but I changed my mind. So I just want to start off by saying I'm not an expert, but I will say that I am a fashion student. I do not have a degree. I'm a student, I don't have a degree. This is just for fun. I will be sharing my opinions. We'll be going a little bit in depth into each different look, how I think it matched with the theme and how I think it didn't. I think it could have used maybe some work. So yeah, enough talking. Let's just get straight into it. I already need water. Okay. So this year's Met Gala theme was super fine black tailoring style and emphasis on dandyism. When I talk about black tailoring style, I mean the celebration of fashion when it comes to black history as it evolved. We're celebrating black fashion, black elegance, and dandyism, which is that bold expressiveness of different colors, textile, texture. This Met Gala is supposed to be representing clothes as a statement, and there is a bit of it being tailored to every guest that attended, which I think is really nice because there is a part of it that is also about the individual wearing the clothes. A lot of these looks have personality into it, which I think is really nice. Okay, so firstly we're going to start with some honorable mentions. The first one we have here is going to be Diana Ross's look. I believe she really took away the entire carpet with her train. So she was actually on a 22-year hiatus. She made it known that she was there with her outfit. She collaborated with her son, Evan Ross, and Nigerian designer Ugo Mazi. Together they created this really beautiful white gown. So her 18-foot feathered train actually has engraved of the names of her children and her grandchildren, which I think is such a nice touch. The entire look, I believe, was just like a nod to dandyism as well as elegance and cultural celebration and representation. But yes, as much as I also think she looked like an angel coming down with like her feathered hat, that girl stole the show, I don't care. Up next we have Andre 3000, and I actually love this. I put this as an honorable mention because I think that it was one of the big like top like outfits that I think like stole the show. He has like the big piano carrying on his back just to show culture and history behind black people and music, just to show that black people have carried the music industry on their back for so many years and continue to do so. I believe that this is a very unique look as much as it is personal and it tells a story. Personally, if I had something like that strapped onto my back, I don't think I could make like 2 steps up those stairs, but he did. He did. He's wearing a mix of Burberry and his own brand, Benji Bixie, and I think that these two collaborated greatly on the outfit. Now y'all, this next one, I saw it from the beginning of the live and I instantly thought, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to talk about this. My girl, Miss Tayana Taylor. I don't think anything is missed from head to toe. She came and she did not come to play. So she's wearing a pinstriped suit with a feathered hat, and then under it she's wearing a scarf. Y'all, I love her shoes and her cane. Like, it's giving the dandyism like essence. She really showed the power of fashion as a form but also as a cultural expression. So this was crafted by none other than Marc Jacobs and a mix of costume designer Ruth E. Carter. It is definitely a fashion statement and something that I think matched the theme perfectly. I just want to say really quick that the ones that I didn't speak about in this video aren't to be taken personally. There were so many that I really wanted to talk about. Really wanted to narrow this down to the ones that I kept thinking about. Like, we had Nicki, we had Emma Chamberlain, Leon Bridges, like all of those and many more. This is my last honorable mention. Here we have Coleman Domingo. He's one of the co-chairs at this year's Met Gala. He's tributing Andre Leon Talley. His blue cape that he has with the breastplate on is supposed to resemble gospel culture and regality. I gotta say, I love the print on the suit that he's wearing as well as like the flower. This look overall resonated with Coleman Domingo's connection to music and culture. Okay, so those were the honorable mentions. I really liked all of those looks and I really think that they stole the show. I love a good reveal and I think Janelle Monáe did a great job with her suit. I know from like a glance the mix of like the reds, the whites, and the black might look like it was overdone, but I personally think that it adds a touch of like personality because she is usually seen doing things like that. I like how different it is and it's exactly what I was expecting to see. Her suit gives the illusion of a pinstriped one, but it isn't. As you could see, there is a mix of rebellion but also elegance. This look was an ensemble to the Harlem Renaissance and its influence on black fashion. Next up, we have another co-chair for Well Williams. I think that this is super clean. I love the texture on the suit. It doesn't make it too basic to the point where it's forgettable, but I think it is elegant enough for it to be on theme. And trust, that's Pharrell. He knows what he's talking about. Next up, we have Omar Apollo, and like, oh honey, why? I don't even know if he understood the assignment or maybe he tried to, but it's just that I'm not feeling like the cheetah. I'm really trying to understand it, but I just don't think that this was like done correctly this year. This was created by a British Jamaican designer, Grace Wales Bonner. Even though the waistcoat he had like Swarovski crystals on it, like okay. I think maybe it would have been better without the highlights. I think I would have liked it more. He drew inspiration from a poet named Langston Hughes. Now Laura Harrier I think looks gorgeous, elegant. I love the silhouette. I love the tailoring to it. I think it looks so elegant and beautiful. She is styled by Gap as well as Zac Posen. This was inspired by like a lot of archival photos of her father and her grandfather. This reflects a really bold touch of like personal heritage and classic tailoring. So for this next one, I would hate to say what I'm gonna say, but Sabrina Carpenter could have done more. She kind of went and wore what she always does. I always see her in like some sort of bodysuit-esque kind of outfit, especially since she's been on tour for like I don't even know how long. I feel like the neck of like the top that she has on with her hair down doesn't really look that good. I would say like either one or the other. Like if you're gonna have the high collar, I do think maybe have your hair back. Pharrell didn't want to put her in pants because she was too short. If we tailored it the right way, she could have maybe worn some shorts or something. Like I feel like there was like another way we could have gone without taking away the fact that she does have things that make it her. Would have wanted to see something a little bit more different. Okay guys, the next couple of ones I have for you, we're just gonna speed run through them because they're honestly like it's not worth like the discussion. Simone Biles, what are you wearing? I love the color I guess, but I just don't understand like the poof in the back. I don't know, like the collar on the top. Like how is your man gonna look better than you do but like act the way he does? But for one thing, body is tea, muscles are out. Maluma looks like a troll. I don't know if it's maybe because he's short and that already doesn't do him justice. Joe Burrow, what are we wearing? Are you wearing sneakers? Like you're wearing sneakers to the Met Gala? Do those shoes maybe cost like more than I can imagine? Maybe. But that doesn't mean that they're okay to wear to the gala. I don't know if like the glasses were supposed to distract from like what's going on, which is nothing by the way. There's nothing going on. I saw this on TikTok. Someone said that Future looks like someone's auntie. Future that raps about the things he raps about, looking like someone's auntie. I definitely think like he could have showed up and showed out. I think the fabric kind of just like makes it seem a little too casual. Kim K literally looked like she was wearing a spare Halloween costume. Because Miley wore like the same kind of like material and I think she looked great. I don't know, but I also think I do know, and it's like the really long nails and the hat that kind of give it the Freddy Krueger kind of like esque I definitely think like Kylie looked better. Even Kendall, who I really think didn't really do as much as I thought she could have. Okay, now that we're done with that, up next we have Christian Lachman. He's currently the face of the Met, and I think that he really pulled off this cream colored suit. I really like the pleatedness of like the gown like train. I really like the pink floral brooch that's added onto his jacket as well. I really like the dramaticness of it, but also the contemporary flair. I think that he looks absolutely stunning. We have Bad Bunny here. I think he looks really good. I love that he always tries to sprinkle in and tribute his homeland of Puerto Rico. I love it. You could see it in his hat. He's wearing Prada, and just like the colors of what he's wearing go really well together, and I think that he always does his best. I remember his look from last year had me like, this is really honoring cultural roots, but also a super fine black tailoring style. I don't know how I feel about Doja Cat's outfit. It's really her in the best way possible. I don't know, like I can't like really love it, but then I also can't really hate it. I think the hair eats. Maybe it's just because there's like no pants once again, and I'm just like, no, I need pants. This is custom Marc Jacobs, and it has a touch of like 1980s feline flair, which I really like. I think she did good. Like I think this was good. Miss Tessa Thompson. I really like this look, honestly. The color is really clean, and I really like the way that like the skirt kind of like bowls out. There are like times that like it could be like overdone and not look good, but I think this was excellent. Now, a lot of people were kind of linking her to like a steampunk version of like Mary Poppins, but I don't know, I actually really like it. The tailoring is nice, and then we also kind of see that like theatrical vibe to it. Okay, now we have A$AP Rocky, which I think he looks really good. He always looks really good. He is another co-chair for this year's Met Gala, and I really like his look. It's simple, but it's also really him. I love the differences in silhouettes that he has going on. This is crafted from his own creative agency, AWGE. He's wearing a lot of Bulgari jewelry, which I think looks really nice on him, of course. He paired this with an umbrella that's kind of featuring like a firearm, which a lot of people were kind of saying that this was like a little nod to his little high profile like gun trial that he was on. I think he looks great. Okay, now following up we have Miss Rihanna. I really like this one, and like of course she's popping out with another child, but like you know what it is, either that or an album, and you saw what she chose. I really like the difference in like colors and patterns. We have like the pinstripe suit with the hat, and then we have like a polka dotted tie that she's wearing. However, I do think that the hat is like really big, but honestly like she's rocking it, and she's wearing a custom Marc Jacobs. So this is Doechii, and I think she looks really good. The shorts are shorting, like I love it. She's wearing Louis Vuitton. I'm so happy for her. This is her first Met. I love the details on the outfit itself, and I also really like that she has like the little LV on her cheek. It's such like a nice touch. But yeah, she's wearing Louis Vuitton, and this was also collaborated with Pharrell Williams. She's paying a tribute to Julia Sobais, who was a Caribbean dandy, and I think she executed that perfectly. So now we're gonna do a little bit of like a who wore it better, because Zendaya and Anna Sawai have the same outfit. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to say that Anna wore it better, just because the tailoring on Zendaya's pants aren't as like nice as I think that they could be. They do kind of bag and pouch a little bit on the side, versus like Anna's kind of look like it's very like fit to her. I love Zendaya, y'all. Like don't even. Zendaya's also wearing Louis Vuitton, and she's paying a tribute to Bianca Jagger's iconic like wedding outfit, which was a white Saint Laurent suit with some bell-bottom pants, very nice. And Anna's wearing custom Dior, and this kind of like made like a little departure from what she would usually wear. She kind of stepped away from her usual like red carpet dress outfits to kind of go with the theme, which allowed her to explore a whole other aesthetic, which I think really complements her. So here we have another co-chair of the Met Gala this year, Lewis Hamilton. I think he looks really nice, really clean, tailored. I love the hat. I think like hats really like tie the looks together. I love the little charm accessory piece that he has on his coat. He collaborated with designer Grace Wales Bonner. He has an ivory silk tailcoat with the crop jacket, and even though this is just like a white suit, I still think that the way that it is tailored, as well as like the mix in materials and fabrics, really kind of like make this stand out. And the embroidered sash paid homage to African American adornments. Anoki Ai came with Tom Brown, and I think she looks gorgeous. Only thing that I'm not really sure how I feel about is just like the tying of like the sleeves of the coat that are really kind of like hanging off like the bottom of her dress. It looks really beautiful, but I just still don't really know how I feel about that. Like, in comparison to her Met looks from before, this one isn't as strong, and I think that she looks very tailored and very elegant. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Anne Hathaway has looked like the same age forever. Like, she does not age. Looks just as beautiful as she did like 20 years ago. Like, what the hell? She's wearing a tailored button-down shirt with an exaggerated collar, and I know how I was mentioning in Sabrina's look how the high collar was a little distracting because she did have her hair down. Anne Hathaway has her hair up, and I think that this looks a lot cleaner. It's not as like too much going on in this area around the shoulders. This ensemble was meant to honor Andre Leon Talley, which we did see some other people pay the same tribute in their own ways. I think she executed this really well. I think that this was really like a thoughtful way of tying together this year's theme, dandyism, with the interpretation of it also being tailored for you. Guys, are you seeing this? Jenna Ortega took this theme and ran with it. I feel like this was such a creative way to craft a piece that represents tailoring. Yeah, why not just like put a bunch of rulers together? This was designed by Balmain. I like how it is tailored to her. Last but not least, we have Khaby Lame. Really like his, and I picked this as one of the ones to talk about for this video because I found it really interesting how he paired his outfit with a whole bunch of like clock accessories, and it paired really nicely with the theme of dandyism. He has a gray pinstripe three-piece suit on, and I really like the wide hat that he has. Again, I love hats. This was worn to celebrate his rise from being a viral sensation to a fashion icon, and I think he did this really well. I really like it, and I'm in love with like the clock details. He's wearing Boss, and this was designed by Marco Falcioni and styled by Ugo Mazzi. But yeah guys, that's everything. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as I enjoyed talking about this. I need like a sip of water from that. Like, that was a lot. But yeah, bye! Bye bye.